So, it's lunchtime, and I'm eating chicken stew that my fiance made. I helped her meal prep on Sunday, and the routine lately has been every Sunday we will meal prep for the entire week ahead, or most of it. And she also made these Greek yogurt bagels. So the macros are good. They are a little bit high in calories just because it is still flour, but you're using Greek yogurt. So this, I think this half of bagel is probably around 9 grams of protein. And then there is a ton of chicken in this chicken stew. I am going to tell you in this video the only lifting advice that you are going to need for the gym. I'm not saying don't follow other YouTube channels. I'm not saying don't seek out other information. I'm not saying any specific program or training protocol is wrong or incorrect. I'm not a scientist. But I can tell you with absolute certainty that what I'm gonna say in this video is really the only thing that you need to hear that is going to be the difference between making gains, making progress, getting into shape, getting the body that you want, and not, okay? I'm 37 years old. I have lifted weights for the last 16 years. And I have lifted 5 to 7 times a week during that entire period. There's only 2 instances that I can think of where I took more than a week off the gym at a time. One of them was the first vacation that I ever went on. And the other one, I guess there's been a couple, but 2 of them were me getting very ill. In that 16 years, I put on about 35 pounds of lean muscle mass. At 23 years old, I started at, or maybe I was 21. At 21 years old, I started at 130 pounds. And this morning, I weighed in at 165 pounds and 6 ounces. And I'm probably at the exact same, or pretty close to the exact same body fat as I was when I started. So, just over 35 pounds of lean tissue. I have accomplished a lot in the gym. I'm not a power lifter, but I have hit some pretty good numbers on bench, deadlift, and squat. And I've been able to build what many would consider a pretty good physique for a natural person. And by natural, I just mean I haven't taken anabolics. I know there is a very deep conversation to be had around what is actually natural and what's not natural, but the line for me would be somebody who's natural is somebody who has not taken anabolic steroids. So what is the advice? The advice is very simple, and it is consistency plus effort. That's the key. That's it. Very simple. And a lot of people in today's world around the fitness community get this very confused. And there's so much information now. I love TikTok for fitness content. There's a ton of really great creators on there. A lot of good information. But I have been around for 16 years now. I was around, in the OG YouTube fitness times with Physiques of Greatness, Barthel Fitness, if anybody remembers him, Matt Ogus. I was around in the beginning, and I followed bodybuilding for a long time as well. And I have seen the evolution of the whole thing play out over the last 16 years. And while there is a ton of good information, at the end of the day, the guys that were training in the 70s, using the same training principles that everybody used back then, built crazy physiques with less supplements and drugs than we see today, right? So while there is a lot of new information and new research and new studies, don't get caught up in that, because what's going to happen is you will end up consistently changing your workout routine based on the new research, based on what you think is going to give you the gains that you've been trying to get, right? It's like you're looking for this kind of golden egg or secret key that you've been missing up until this point. And the reality is, the more you switch up your program, the less consistent you are, the more you just try new things all the time and don't progress at any single thing, the longer it's going to be before you start to see real results. So my advice is be consistent, get on a program, get on a workout schedule that you enjoy. That's very important. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to stick to it. Find a routine that you enjoy and stick to that routine, and work on progressively overloading on the movements that you're doing. Work on getting stronger. And the effort part of the equation, this is equally as important. And actually, let me back up a second. It's very important that you're consistent with everything, not just lifting the weights. You need to be consistent with your eating. You need to make sure you're getting enough protein and nutrients for your body to grow. You need to be getting enough rest so your body can recover, so you're able to work out very intensely the next time you go to the gym. And you just need to basically be putting your body in a state that it's going to grow, as opposed to just like beating on it relentlessly, not giving it time to grow, not giving it the nutrients it needs to grow. But consistency is the key, right? And the effort part, you need to push yourself as hard as you can on any given workout. And that doesn't mean you need to push yourself the exact same intensity every single workout, because that's impossible. Life gets in the way. You might be tired. You might be coming off a cold. You might have slept crappy. You might have stresses going on in your life, work, whatever it is. But focus on pushing as hard as you can in any given workout. Give your 100 for that day. And every day's 100 is going to be different, right? But the focus is pushing yourself and giving 100 every time you go into the gym. Don't float around the gym doing an arbitrary amount of reps because that's what you saw on social media. For example, you're going to go do 10 reps of everything or 12 reps of everything. That's fine. But if you're not getting close to failure and it's not very hard for you to do those 10 or 12 reps, then you are selling yourself very short. So that's my advice, guys. I personally have followed various programs over the years. I really like the bro split, 1 muscle group per day. That's just what I enjoy training, or how I enjoy training. I've tried push-pull, I've tried upper-lower. I will change my routine up here and there if I'm getting bored or if I just want to try something new. But at the end of the day, the important thing is being consistent with what you're doing and pushing yourself as hard as you can every time you go to the gym. You want to maximize every workout, and then you want to maximize being consistent outside of the gym in terms of making sure you're getting your protein, making sure you're getting your sleep. That's it. That's the advice, guys. If you are interested in this kind of content, feel free to follow along. I kind of just post what I feel like posting, but I am going to be doing a little more fitness content just because it's such a big part of my life. And I would like to just share my experiences. I don't want to say anybody's right or wrong about anything, but I just want to share my experience and what's worked for me over the last 16 years. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you all in the next video.